Privet, comrades, TF Kom here. I just got free stuff. Basically, there was this lady in my store who spent over $500. It was crazy. Both coupons, she only paid $1. It was... But basically, she bought a whole bunch of detergents and stuff. And me and the manager on duty, we stayed 45 minutes after close to help her find stuff, check it out, etc. And, she got stuff because, she's a couponer and everything like that. And so she's like, I already have like 1 million of these things. So she gave me and my manager a tub of detergent and a thing of dryer sheets. And I mean, that's just... It's not like they're insanely expensive. They're about $10 each, So I guess that's pretty... It'd be money I have to pay myself. So I got free stuff, and just for helping her. I even was like, you don't have to do that. And she's like, I'm not going to use it anyway. But the coupons are about to expire. So I'm going to, restock my room. So I got detergent and dryer sheets, which was really cool. She also... Here's the good thing. Okay, well, you have to understand this. How Dollar General runs is by surveys. Every receipt has a survey on it. And the store gets basically a grade. You rate us out of 5 stars in different categories and things like that. And basically what it is, the store gets a % grade, at the end. Positive results. And it's a very competitive thing. The store that gets the most, I think it's whoever has the most at a certain time. Like, they do it random times, maybe at the end of the month. Everyone in the store gets a raise. And it's a really competitive thing. Also, it affects how much you get paid, too. In a bad way. It affects hours. So, let's say... I'm going to circle so I keep talking. I don't want to pull up into my house yet. So let's say your store is only getting like a 20% or something really bad. They're not gonna... the company doesn't want to invest in that store. They're gonna pay... They can't pay employees under minimum wage, of course, but they'll cut their hours on top of that. So, as it's been, I told you my hours got cut dramatically. Well, even some of the key holders and, pretty high up people had their hours cut to be like 20. Well, I think it was like 25, 30. So still way better than I got. But for a key holder, that's pretty bad. So, that was a thing. And, we just did not have good reviews. I think we had maybe 10 people review in like 3 months. Just no one wants to review. And, people, usually you don't, unless you're like insanely impressed, you don't really reach out to do a review or anything like that. You'll just be, if you're really, really angry about the quality, like it was a crap store, you're going to leave a huge review and everything like that, you're going to complain. But people rarely leave positive things. So, all that there, she ended up doing it all in separate transactions on purpose, so she got... Well, certain things could only be like 3 per transaction, things like that. So that's why also it took so long. But so every single receipt, she got a survey. She went and did most of them in front of us. She read probably about 5 in front of us. She said she'd do the rest when she got home, of course. I mean, it was already late. And she gave us all 5 stars in every single one of those. She said she was going to do it for every one of them. Which, again, great. We really need the hours. And there's a little spot there to leave a note. Little comment section. And the boss does read those to us. Like, he pulls us aside and reads the comment section to us if it's about us. If it's about the store in general, he kind of pulls the whole store together and talks to us about it. So she wrote in all of them, and said she was going to do for the rest, of course, you know, about how great me and the other worker there was, you know, my manager on the duty. And she made sure they were slightly different each one. And it's all anonymous. No one knows who does it, which is a good part there. So you can't be like, oh, it's the same lady doing it. You guys obviously know her. But she made sure they're slightly different. Like one said, you know, like, Carlton was the one working with me. So she's like, Eli and Carlton are insanely helpful. The next one was like, I've never seen such good employees as Eli and Carlton. You know, and she would mix it up, things like that. So our store basically got, you know, really good reviews. I don't want to go to Walmart, but I'm here. Should I not? No, you know, it's the thing where I'm just like, oh, well, I do need to get some stuff. Okay. Payday was today. You gonna pull out? Honestly, just went here so I didn't go home, you know, but it's helpful now. Those my roommates? They look like my roommates. No, they're not. Okay. But yeah, so, you know, she left really good reviews and things like that. And you know, it may not do anything. He may just avoid saying the good ones to us or anything like that. Especially me, he really doesn't like me very much. But, you know, it's still really good that she at least acknowledged it. And I didn't expect anything. I expected some customer being like, maybe I'm sorry that I'm keeping you so late. But that's about it. She was insanely polite. She also, anytime another customer came up, because, you know, she was there for a few hours, you know, she'd back away, let us help them. And, you know, she'd tell us, you know, to finish the part we're on when we're checking out so we can check out someone else, you know, so the line doesn't get too long. And because she's like, you know, no one wants to be stuck behind the couponer. And I get that. But she's insanely polite about it, you know, like, you didn't have to be that nice about it. She was great. One of the best customers I could ask for. She said she drove 2 hours over here, which is pretty amazing. She must know someone here, but she said she had an appointment at her hometown for an eye doctor, and she was 10 minutes late, and they refused to see her. That happens. But she had to get it done today. Like, her glasses were literally duct taped together, falling off her face. Like, they were not holding up at all, even with duct tape. And, you know, she could only get done at certain places. So, we were the closest town that had that place. It's like Eye Masters. I don't even know what it was. It was one of the eye doctor places. And, you know, she's from one of the surrounding small towns. You know, she was from Centerville, I think she said. So, well, she just called it Center. So I'm assuming Centerville. So, you know, she's from around there. So she drove all the way 2 hours because they said, we can see you today at 5-something. So she said it was 5:50. So I don't know what time her original one was. But she got in the car with her kids, everything, drove all over here. And she figured, while I'm here, I'll look. She said, I had a bunch of coupons that are going to expire Monday. And my hometown, they're basically sold out of everything. And they're very rude. She said they were very much like, you know, assuming her coupons are fake because she had so many of them. But she was talking about, she actually knows a guy. She mentioned he was Hawaiian. I don't know why support, but she emails with him and things like that. And she pays him, I think she was $50 for like this, probably like that much coupons. Like how many coupons she used, you know, I told her like $500 down to $1. She said that wasn't even like half the stack that he gives her for $50. So it's a really good deal. but it's still a lot out of pocket in the first place. And yet we're about the places have stock and everything else. For the stores, kept thinking she was faking them. Some people accused her of stealing them. I don't know how you can steal coupons. I mean, I guess if someone had a bunch in their card and you broke in, people don't really steal coupons. They steal money, I mean, I don't know if the coupon's a better deal than the money. It might be. But she said a lot of places, she mentioned a lot of places in her hometown didn't even accept coupons. So it must be a lot of mom and pop shops, because they usually can't do things like that. But, so basically, she was insanely sweet, gave us good reviews. Well, it helped us a lot, too, because we had people have been bringing in bad coupons. Not bad coupons, it was more of like $3 off 75-ounce detergent or more, and they'd bring up a 40-ounce. So, I always try them, even when they don't match, if they still go through, I'll let them go through. Originally, we were told, don't do that, or else whatever goes through comes out of your pocket, So we had really bad ratings because I'd be refusing people. I'm not giving up my money for you. I'd be polite about it, but, people get angry. Things happen, and, district, yeah, I think it's district. Yeah, district, corporate, whatever. They came through and said, since our store has such bad ratings, in fact, all of the Tyler stores have such bad ratings, to change it. She didn't say how long she was going to do it, but she said as long as the coupon scans accept it. So people were getting like $5 off a dollar item. The only rule was we can't owe them money at the end. They would throw more things on it, which, works. But then sometimes, if the coupon doesn't work, but the description and picture and everything else matches, then we can override that way. But if we override a coupon that didn't work and doesn't even match, then we could get in trouble for that, probably. But, so we had a whole bunch of stuff up front. My thing's getting all blurry. Focus. Okay. A whole bunch of stuff up front from people who didn't have the right things. So we had had a put back. And the detergents are in the very, very back of the store. Pretty much every single other Dollar General, at least in Tyler, the detergents are in the front. Why ours in the back? I don't know. Maybe so kids don't mess with them. Maybe because they're expensive and they want people to steal them. But I don't know. Whatever the reason is, they're usually in the back for us. And, it's getting cold. Okay. So it was very busy helping her and everything else, and it was very busy in the store today. So I couldn't run back and put them up. Not that I'm allowed to. The cashier's supposed to stay up front. And that's all I am now. I'm just a cashier. But whatever. Sorry. Something stuck in my teeth. But, so I had to stay up front. And I had this huge cart just piling up with these things. People kept bringing them up, the exact same ones, exact same coupons. It got to the point where I wouldn't even scan them because I knew they didn't work. If the coupon looked a little different, I would try it. But if I knew it was exact... So they brought a whole bunch up there, and I was like, hey, would you mind if I look at your coupons before I scan this? Just to save us the trouble if having to void it out if they don't work. Most people are really polite about that. They're like, oh, sure. Save me some time. I don't have to pick them up and make them not work. Which is great. I did have one lady, the pictures and everything matched and they didn't work. I overread all those. She got a pretty good deal too. But for the most part, they didn't match and they didn't work. And so, we had this huge buggy full of this stuff. Also paper towels, a bunch of paper towels. Shouldn't give us paper towels. No, it's okay. That's actually something I would probably use a lot, but... So basically, we had a huge buggy up front. Buggy. Oh my gosh, I feel so old. I've always called them carts, but every single old lady that comes to my store has called it a buggy. And it's got to the point where they give a confused look. I'm like, the buggies are over there, because that's what the word they use. And so now it's stuck on my head, buggy. Oh, I hate that word so much. I don't hate a word. they're influencing me. But, so we had a huge cart, buggy, whatever, full of paper towels and detergents and things like that. And, what did they go? Oh, someone's backing up or whatever. Okay. Sorry, I don't like lights flashing by. I'm really self-conscious. But so we had a bunch of stuff, and I was way too close to my bumper. Sorry, I'm very easily distracted, as you know. My medicine's wearing off, which I'll get to in a minute. It's another big deal there. But I may actually have to do that in a different video. This video's getting long. Yeah, I don't know. But basically, so the lady helped out a lot. We had all the stuff up front that we would have had to put back. We were kind of dreading it. It was already after close. There was still a big line of people. None of their coupons are working, obviously. They weren't getting mad or anything. They're just like, whatever. And so we just had this growing pile of detergents and stuff. And then she came up later and saw all that. And she's just like, do you guys have to put that up after it's done? And we're like, well, yeah. No. What she did, she came up first. And she was like, you guys have a big stock. There's still a bunch back there, even with me grabbing all these. And she had like a cart full. And I was like, yeah, we have even more up front, from people whose coupons don't work. And she's like, really? And she's like, here, can you try my coupon? And if they're working, I'd like to buy all these. She had like hundreds and hundreds of coupons. So I was like, yeah, go ahead, but I don't have to put them up now. There was still a few little things, but the big detergents, paper towels were gone. And dryer sheets and everything. Oh, man. A lot of stuff. So she ended up buying all of it. I was kind of iffy about her coupons at first, because I was like, none of them have worked today. Really? And she's like, well, but those were all clippings from magazines. This was from a sale website, or something like that. It was printed out, which I was a little, but every barcode was different. So I was like, okay, I'll give her that. That should be good then, And, they all worked. Not a single one an issue. She did have about 2 where we ended up owing her money, which we're not allowed to do. So I should know, more than 2. It was probably like 12 of them. There was a lot. I mean, she had like 30, 40 transactions. It was bad. I mean, But, so she had, we ended up owing her money, and she threw on some gum, and it would even out. She would owe us like 15 cents. But so basically, she got a lot of stuff. We didn't have to put up anything. She kept me from mopping, which I love the most. Because we're not supposed to stay more than 15 minutes after close anyway. But we're not supposed to kick people out once they're in line. I mean, I guess we could. I don't think there's a rule against it. It just kind of seems like a dick move. But, and she came from so far away, we were going to be nice. And she was being nice, So, we were already staying way after time. According to our little schedule, we had to be gone by 10:15. We got out there at 11. And, we closed at 10. Closed about 9:50. But, we stayed open. We stay open if there's people there. And there was a lot of people. But so we stayed pretty late. And, if the boss tries to jip me out of that, I'm going to be mad. He may get really mad about that, honestly. It may cause some issues. Too bad. No. He'll be over in hours a little bit, but there's nothing we could have done about that. Because, again, as I told you, based on your ratings, you only get a certain amount of hours per week. And that basically means, like a store, let's say, they say you have 300 hours, split them between your employees however you need. And, so more employees usually means less hours for people. Key holders always get the most because you have to have someone with the key on duty at all times, obviously. And then key holders can be alone until 6 or 7, I believe. They can be alone until dark, is the rule. I think he's passed that a few times. But, they can be alone until about dark. But there has to be at least 2 people closing. So, then that's when cashiers get thrown in. And basically, we're the extras, honestly. But I mean, I get it. Why pay for 2 employees right now when one can do the job? But anyway, so she helped a lot. She was super, super sweet. And if you guys don't believe me, like, I seriously... It's the expensive stuff. Like, it's Gain. It's not the cheap little, like, dollar store stuff. It's Gain. What's this one? Original. My coworker got, like, a lavender one. I think she's like, oh, I can get you a different one. I can dig through it. I'm like, no issue. You know, I'm getting free stuff. I'm not going to complain, obviously. And it smells pretty good, honestly. My car smells really good right now. And it's not even leaking, so I don't know. A detergent's that strong, usually? It's been a long time since I bought detergent. Because I've either been doing it at my grandma's house, where even if I try to give her detergent, she insists on, you know, doing it with hers. Or at friends or something like that, because I don't have a washer. There is a laundromat. But they close before I get off of work, and... I don't know, I don't like people. Plus, I can't really wash... I need my binders, you know, washed, obviously. And I can't really wash them while I'm wearing them. And until a few days ago, I only had one. So, you know, But it was best customer. 10 out of 10. Yay, customer. I didn't think I'd like a customer. You know, okay. There are 2 types of couponers. Well, I guess 3. There's the ones who get maybe 1 or 2 coupons. They may work, they may not. You know, they're just like, darn, you know, whatever. There's couponers who make sure they read every fine print. You know, they make sure it all works. If it says 41 ounces, they're not even going to attempt with a 42. They have to make sure it's exact, you know. You know, the good couponers. I guess there's 4 types. Then there's the ones who are really sweet, but be like, I know it still works. Which now we're allowed to, but before we weren't allowed to do it. You know, if it doesn't match, if the description doesn't match, it doesn't matter if it works, and we can't accept it. And they'd get usually they get pretty upset. Which brings me to the 5th type, I believe. 3, 4, I don't even remember what number I'm on. But the worst type. They have coupons that don't even look close to matching. Like, let's say the coupon's for Fruit Loops in a giant box, and they bring up, jeez, they'll at least get somewhat close. They'll have, like, Lucky Charms, but the tiny little sample, you know, thing. Like, you get, like, 1 little bowl, and, as far as those are, like, $1. But, people are looking at me like, why are you doing your car? That's why I don't have the light on. But for those, like, $1, and the coupon will be, like, $3 off. So it's like, really? And sometimes they'll work. Nowadays, you know, now since we're allowed to do that. They usually don't. And these type of bad customers are the ones who get pissed off. Maybe I should be careful. I don't know. All my videos keep getting flagged. Yay. But they get so angry. They're screaming, you know, against you, against your mama, against your race sometimes. I had one, all you men are alike. I'm just like, okay, thanks. I'm sure a woman would have refused your coupon too. But, I get on. I've had some ladies be like, you have to respect your elders, and I'm older than you, so you're taking this coupon. I'm just like, okay, then are you gonna pay my wage from now on? Because if it, back then, you know, back then, it was like a month ago, probably less than that, but it was like, okay, so are you gonna hand me that money to make up for the fact, because it's gonna come out of my pocket if I accept this coupon, which would then kind of make it not really worth it, because you're literally paying what the coupon is. But how it was is we were told, our boss was told even, that the people, you know, the companies that give the coupons out, like Lucky Charms, General Mills, you know, things like that, Bounty, whatever, they review what the person's purchased and, you know, what the coupon was towards. And, you know, they'll see you reviewed it, you did it for something that doesn't match. We're not going to pay you for it. You messed up. You know, sucks to be you. You're out of money. You know. But then now I'm thinking about it. It didn't seem ridiculous until I started saying it, because I was like, that makes sense. They want to keep track of their money. Oh, Jesus. Those people are having sex on top of their car. Oh, Jesus. Shrink. I don't want them to think I'm, like, filming them or something, Oh, jeez. Oh, it's gotten bad. Ooh. I'm gonna try to focus down here. It's gotten bad. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. I'm a sweet little innocent little baby boy. Okay. Yeah, I don't know who has sex in the back of their... They're leaned against the side of it. Okay. Who has sex leaning against the side of their truck in a Walmart parking lot at like 11 at night? What? Okay. I don't know. People are weird. People are weird. I don't know. People are weird. Straight people are strange. I mean, say what you want. You don't really see gay people making it on the car. Then again, you don't see many straight people. But the few you do see are straight. That could just be simply gay people showing their sexuality in public. These little, people are rude to them. It can be a dangerous thing, whatever. So I get that. But, that was so weird. I'm sure my video's gonna get flagged now because I mentioned sex. But, I mean, there's right there! Nothing's being filmed. But, yeah, couponers. My mind's all over the place. I really... couponers, whatever. I want to talk about this in this video because I'm going to end up forgetting the medicine thing I mentioned. So I've been having really bad problems in school past few semesters. I can't sit still. I can't focus. I'm literally shaking. Like, I can't sit still whatsoever. I keep on the move. I have to doodle. I can't do anything. It's gotten worse. And when teachers hand out... I have this teacher who hands out the end of the day thing. That's what really got me. And it's a 3-hour class, so plenty of things to remember. And it's just write down one thing you learned today. I struggle. I don't know what I learned. I'm just like, we talked about the eye, right? I'm gonna do something about depth perception. I mean, like, I don't know. And that really bugged me. I feel dumb. I feel like I'm ticking time bomb at sometimes. And not like I'm gonna attack someone or anything like that. It's more of... I feel like I was losing brain cells. And that was making more stress, which probably was making the situation worse. Probably a lot of it was stress. My roommate talked to me a while before school even started. Back when summer school, and I was having a lot of issues in summer school. And not summer school like I failed or anything, it was summer classes. Summer semester, whatever. He was talking to me, he said, I'm pretty sure you have ADD. And one day he let me borrow one of his Adderall. Do not condone this, that's insanely illegal. He could lose all of his medicine privileges for that. Whatever. I mean, I'm not like they'll ever find out who it was, but Huh. Sorry, I'm like breaking out. But so he let me try one. And oh my gosh. I did amazing at work. I was super friendly. I did all my homework. That usually takes me a week in like an hour. Everything else. And I was really iffy about taking it again. I was really iffy about taking it the first time when he offered. I was like, no. And then it kept getting worse and worse. And I was like, I'll try it. Because there's such a bad stigma around ADD. That you're not wanting to try, whatever. And, my mom phrases Adderall as legal crack. And so I was like iffy, because if you don't have ADD or ADHD or whatever, it is basically crack. You will not sleep, you will not eat, you will keep working until you, pass out, or it wears out of your system. People usually keep taking more than one, though, to keep it in the system. And that's why you always hear about people crashing, in colleges, people passing out in the middle of the hallway. It gets bad. I saw someone yesterday, I was a little worried about her. She was literally laying in the middle of the sidewalk outside the school. People were walking around her. She had a blanket and a pillow and everything. So, I mean, I guess she was okay. It was a little weird. Teachers weren't doing anything. Police were just, keeping an eye on her. So I guess, she was watched over. But, people crashed. That probably was a test field or early classes or something. It likely was Adderall. At least that's a bad stigma I've always gotten, where, you test a test until you pass out or whatever. My sister used to get it. My sister is a saint now. I love her to death. She's amazing. But her college years, well, she's back in college, but like when she was my age, she was on a lot of drugs. Legal, illegal, whatever. Trying to self-medicate. And one of the things she used to do is Adderall. She would have like 4 pills, pop them all at once, which I've now learned is insanely dangerous. Even if you do have ADD, that's insanely dangerous. It's 1 pill every 6 hours. So, 4 at once. Oh, Jesus. And she would literally she would keep doing that day and day and day until, until she started missing a few classes, get really behind. She passed out, had the, horrible headaches, was really sick, and blah, blah. And so she'd be really behind until she got far enough, she started feeling better, but she was so behind, she just did it again and did it again, the cycle continued. And so I've had such a really bad stigma about that in the movies and TV and everything else, obviously, and my mom is very against it. But it helped me a lot. So I was getting worse and worse and worse. And I know not only is it illegal to use someone else's Adderall, is very expensive. I mean, geez, some people sell it, which is obviously, again, illegal, for like $50 a pill. I know people who do it. Not like personally, but like I've seen them around campus. I'm not friends with them, don't worry. So it's very, very expensive. And people make a lot of money from it, I'm sure. But so I decided, I kind of gave up. I'm going to go try to get my own. The process for getting these pills is insane. And I think my doctor is being nicer than the others. I think, most doctors are more strict. She said, since I can see you have an issue, not just trying to get things to money and everything else, I will give you a month trial. So I'm sure most doctors wouldn't give me anything. But I was bouncing, shaking like I was having issues even in the doctor's office. She's like, I will give you a month's trial. And in a month, you need to